Hello, and welcome to another development video. Today we're taking a look at game overs. When I start a new game, I'm given three choices for gameplay. I can play on casual, where you can never get a game over. When hosts die, they simply pop back into your toolbar with full health. On the flip side, there's hardcore, where when a host dies, they stay dead. This is stressful, since you essentially have 50 lives, but you have to complete tasks in order to unlock 45 of those lives. Then in the middle, there is normal, where you can resurrect dead hosts, and a game over only occurs when all available hosts die. Let's see how this looks. I'm going to boot up a save file here, where I'm having a bad time. If I go and boot up the menu here, you can see that I've lost about half of my hosts. I'm able to go and check the stats here as well, where I can see that I've unlocked 7 out of 50 hosts, but only 3 are left alive. I don't want an immediate game over if all my hosts were to die, so I am going to keep the innkeeper not on my toolbar, so that when I die, I still have 1 alive host in my reserves. So let's go walk around here. You can see that I've added the scarecrow to the game in the fall region. So once all 5 hosts reach 0 health, it brings me back to the host switching screen, where it asks me to activate any alive host, and will not let me exit until I swap one in. So I'll have to go and click on the innkeeper here, and spawn them into my toolbar. Now the innkeeper is spawned into my toolbar, I'm sent back to the hub world. I send the player back to the hub world because you cannot die in the hub world, and it would suck to be able to spawn right back to where you almost died, and then you die again and get a game over. If I go back to go and look at my stats, you can see I only have 1 alive host left. Let's try and make this one count. I had a bad time in the fall region, so maybe I'll have better luck in the grasslands. Ooh, looks a lot more peaceful here. Oh, there's some goblins. Let's go and try and fight these goblins here. But also, let's not attack and then just suffer a grueling fate as I send this innkeeper to their death. So once I hit 0 health on my toolbar and the game checks I have no alive hosts, a game over screen happens where I can load my last save or go back to the main menu. Let's load my last save when I only had my 1 innkeeper left and try and change fate here. So since this game is on normal, I am able to resurrect hosts. So I added now the bottom option where you can speak with the immaterial being who is here to help you out. So I'll click to go and speak with them, and here I'm sent to the screen where I have a few different options. I've added revive dead host. If you're on normal, you'd have to collect essences to unlock the immaterial shop, dematerialize items, and the challenge arena. But let's go and revive hosts here. If I click on this, you can see that all the characters that I've unlocked that are dead are available to revive. I'm going to cheat to get some essence points because I don't have any. And there we go. So I'll click to revive a character here, and once I revive, you can see that the cost increased by 75. The formula I have is just on the right there, so it's 50 as a base to revive 1 character, and then an extra 75 per additional host that you have alive. This makes it cheap to revive a host if you're close to a game over. However, absurdly overpriced to restore even 1 host when the other 49 are alive. This makes death still something to fear, even when playing on normal. So on the left there, on the toolbar, you can see that all the characters are alive, and if I go back on here and check my stats, out of my 7 hosts, 7 are alive. The cost factor it takes to revive dead hosts shows the importance of healing preemptively. On the note of healing, let's hop over to my other save file and look at some new hosts I've created. I've added here the Light Sorcerer as a mana-heavy support. She can offer support through a variety of means here. One of the spells she's able to do is she's able to place a shield that protects all the hosts that are within that shield. So I could spawn one over here and it would protect the baker. And if the baker, for example, was also inside that shield that the Light Sorcerer is in, both of them would have that +3 defense that it offers. I've also had the ability to be able to heal characters directly through a similar means as how the blacksmith buffs other characters. For example, here the witch has less health, so let's go and click on the witch and go and heal her. So her health is reviving slowly. It's hard to see on that small GUI, so let's swap over to her, and you can see her health slowly increasing up along there. On a completely unrelated note, I've also added in the Druid now. The Druid can place trees, which function the same as walls that the construction worker can build, which acts as a wall to either block enemies from getting in somewhere, or trapping enemies within a certain region. So you can see the dry walls work the same, which work the same as the trees that the Druid places. The Druid can also spawn in rose bushes, which charm enemies, negating any hostility until the rose bush vanishes. This functions the same way as the Innkeeper's charm. You can see if I use Innkeeper special, a little charm appears there. Lastly, she has as a special to be able to create a little cacti circle, which causes AoE damage to all enemies that are nearby. Her general attack also is cute because she spawns little trees that pop up and it makes that area grass even if it's not grass. She doesn't offer anything unique, however she has a variety of specials that other characters have, confined into one character that uses mana rather than SP. I've also tidied up the compendium a bit here. So if I boot up the menu here and hop over to compendium, I've of course added the 2 more characters to the compendium here. If I click on status effects, I've tidied it up a whole lot more than how it was before. Rather than it being all along the top, I've created a little cross section here so you can view what each status effect does in relation to HP, defense, speed, miscellaneous, or SP. So for example here, the bat wings that you unlock from being the Bat King increases your attack and your speed, where the Java Bean just increases speed by speed. I've of course also added in the Scarecrow, or the Straw Man as I guess I named him instead, into the list of all hostile creatures here. The last thing I've added here is from a commenter suggestion. I've made it easier to see all the items you've got from a chest after defeating a mini-boss. So let's pretend I didn't cheat and actually went and fought the Bat King through a grueling battle. Let's see this. Oh my gosh, this was so hard. Whoa, I barely beat him. Alright, so here I've got the chest up along the top here after defeating the Bat King. And like before, if I go to open it, it lists out the 20 items that I've collected. But I've added now that once you get all the items, it says press shift, or whatever your key binding is, for a summary. And if I hold shift, I get a list of the 20 items that I've collected, categorized top to bottom there. So if you ever want to see what it is in case you get distracted and you're like, oh shoot, I didn't see what the items were, especially as you get later in the game, you're going to have so many items in your inventory, you might not be able to check to see what you got because you're just going to be confused. So this was a great suggestion. Thank you for the comment suggesting that because I never would have thought about it. Well, this concludes the current progress video. Thank you for watching.